What's going on? So it's 25 years since the trial of the century, and what I call, um, I never bought that O.J. Simpson did it. I still don't. Um, I feel that he got framed, and too many things didn't add up for the timeline. But anyway, he's living in Vegas. He's staying low key. He's still in touch with his family, and he's going on with his life. And he knows, and what have you. And I didn't buy, like I said, the things. I separated the two a long time ago. He's one of the greatest football players ever. And don't let anyone whitewash it or tell you otherwise. He's one of the five greatest running backs. He could be anywhere from one to five, depending on what your criteria is. But OJ Simpson belongs on the Mount Rushmore running backs. Okay. And he was the first crossover groundbreaking African American male sports figure product pitchman. Because before there was a Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Sugar Ray Leonard, there was OJ. And OJ um, was bigger in circles than Muhammad Ali and Reggie Jackson back in the 70s. Don't let them whitewash it. Or Dr. J, too. He the juice. Come on now. Well, back in the day, if you had a nickname, you and none like today. There's a lot of jive turkeys out today. They got nicknames and they ain't got half a memory of what OJ had. Matter of fact, he went by his initials. Anybody even know his name? That's how big he was. He was an initial. He just was known by letters. That's how gangster he was. But no, I never bought that he did it. Never felt the timelines add up and all that. I remember the whole scene 25 years back. It felt like something like out of space, like a flying saucer coming to your TV, and to see it was so surreal. But no, this was more something that was sinister and planned. This wasn't, it just never added up, and there's too many perils and too many things to go on. But I remember it all like yesterday, and you know, um, no, I don't defend. I wouldn't defend him personally because I know what he said and what he said with the community and certain things. But I do think that in light of what happened in Vegas, I do think that he had a light in him. He was accepted the way he was because of his talent. I mean, he came from the ghetto. A lot of people don't understand. He came from the Frisco, came from the Bay, and he came from the projects with rickets on his legs. So to come over from the projects and come up like he did, that would be usually the American dream, but it turned to something else. But when you explore the dynamics involved, the people that were really, especially white America, the ones that were really upset with him was more because they felt that he was one of their own. Because they didn't probably embraced him. He's one of the few black entertainers that got embraced in a way that this goes beyond just your talent. It's almost like you were like a segregated child, and it's some power stuff that it still will always fascinate people. The people that are more that get into it is because let's cut to the elephant in the room. Most people aren't used to a black person defending themselves when they have to defend themselves. He did something that's what made it so gangster. And then you got Johnny Cochran and everything, but to be able to defend yourself on them stakes, your black person and white person's system, propaganda, etc., etc. That's pretty bold. That was a pretty, he set a precedent. But no, I never felt that he did it, and I thought it was what has happened before. It's been exploiting him for the monies and whatnot, and sometimes he didn't make the most wise of choices and decisions. And like I said before, there's things that you agree with, things you don't. But I'm glad that he's with his family and he's keeping it low key and he's going with his life. He don't need to draw no more attention on himself, and he's been smart since he got out of joint and what have you. But I'm always going to feel he didn't do it, and I'm entitled to that opinion. And I will debate anybody on it because I will argue against the timeline and a few other details that I have done my own detective work that just didn't add up with that. But it's not because I was in, some fan from about him. Like I think he's a great running back. He was a below average actor, but he was charismatic as all get out. Product pitchman, persona, charisma for days. I mean, one of them. I mean, there's not too many athletes. I'm thinking you probably mentioned Ali, probably mentioned Babe Ruth. You really OJ belongs. It's rare that he had just that it. He really that distinctive. But I remember the whole situation. It was it was unreal. It was mind blowing to think about. It's been 25 years. That's like how fast time goes by. But anyway, that's my take on O.J. Simpson. Remembering it. Feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to hit the subscribe and the bell rings. It's a new video. And we can talk about this anytime. I ain't got no problems with defending it or whatever I take about it. But that's just how I feel. All right, peace.